Ladies and gentlemen, several years ago I did a video on how to load and unload a Remington 870 properly. Unfortunately, when I did that video, I had a really crap camera, I had crap sound, and I didn't do it cinematographically, however, to the best of my ability, to the best that I could. So many people have asked for an updated or a better one. So I'm going to attempt to do that now. If you've seen the previous one, then my apologies. What I have here is an unloaded Remington 870. It does have a mag extension on it, but this holds true no matter what for any Remington 870. Right now it's in a completely unloaded condition. The action is open. If you can see, obviously there's nothing in it. The magazine is empty. Action is open. So this is a completely empty gun. And if I wanted to load this gun from this state, and by the way, I'm using dummy rounds, I'm not using real rounds. This is a completely safe condition. I'm in a basement. I'm surrounded on all sides by concrete, and I'm not using live ammunition. But if I wanted to load this from the get-go, I would close the action. That means move the forend forward. If the forend is to the rear, then you just push it forward. And then I'm going to take one of these rounds. Now in my case they're dummy rounds, but in your case they're probably real rounds. I'm going to push in this lifter with that round, shove it forward till it clicks. If it doesn't click, it's going to pop back out. Then I'm going to repeat. Now, this gun will hold more than 4, but I'm just going to load it to 4. And each one you're just going to shove in until it clicks. And at this point, it is loaded. It is not chambered. This would be perfectly good to put in your car if you're a police officer or you're using it for military patrol, because you do not want to store or transport this gun with a round in the chamber. It is not drop safe. The firing pin on these guns floats. It has nothing blocking it from going forward, and any rough treatment can cause that firing pin to impact the primer and cause this gun to go bang. And it's not hypothetical, it's happened before. So if anybody tells you it's safe to store a Remington 870 with a round in the chamber, they are wrong. And you fight me in the comments, I don't care. Now, if you want to chamber a round, you're going to hit the action bar release, and on this one it's directly in front of the trigger guard. It's this little tab right here. You're going to hold that with your finger and rack the gun all the way to the rear and all the way forward. Now the round is chambered. If the safety is off on this gun and you press the trigger, it will fire a round if there is a round in the chamber. Now, obviously with the dummy round, that's not going to be the case. It'll just go click. Not only is it loaded, but it's ready to shoot in this case. Now, what if I say, hey, I chambered a round, but I don't want to shoot, and I want to return this gun back to that previous condition or state? In my case, I'm going to hit the action bar release again. That's a little tab in front of the trigger guard. I'm going to ease it back until it just peeks out like that. Once it just peeks out, if you pluck it out, do not come any further back with the action, just close it, and then load that round again. Easy enough. So now it's back to that previous condition. It's loaded but not chambered. What police call car safe or cruiser safe usually, and every agency's got its own nomenclature, but it's ready to be transported for work, but it's not ready to shoot. But let's just say I don't want it in that condition. I want it completely unloaded. Now, I've seen some people advocate just racking rounds through the gun. Don't recommend doing that. Shotgun rounds are part brass, but also part plastic. And if you do that, it beats up the rounds. Plus, every time I chamber a round, there's a greater than 0% chance that I could make this gun go bang. I don't want to do that. So to keep from having to run rounds through the chamber, I'm going to push in this little piece right here, the shell lifter, with my thumb. I'm going to take my finger up here and hit the action bar release and just ease this back, and then let this round fall onto my thumb, and then I'm going to either pocket it or put it wherever I put my rounds. In this case, I'm going to put it in the side saddle. Now, this is a little more nuanced, I guess. I'm going to have to do a close-up so you can see it, but on the inside of this, there are two little latches that hold the shells. But when the shell's in the rearmost position, it's the one on the right side of the gun, or the one where the ejection port is. If you take your finger and push that in, then the round will come back out, And then once again, I'm going to side saddle it or pocket it or whatever. And I'm going to keep doing this until such a time as all of the rounds are out. And if there's any doubt, I need to visually and physically look at the follower. Now I, in my shotgun, have, I think it's a Van Comp stainless follower, so it looks and feels radically different than an actual round. So it's very easy visually and physically for me to know that this gun is completely empty. So that's it, guys. It's really simple in terms of load and unload. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, obviously you can hit me in the comments. If you have any doubts after that, I really urge you to seek professional training. But in a pinch, if you need to properly load or unload one of these guns and safely, that should do it for you. Remember to take all the safety rules into consideration, guys. They're non-negotiable. They're really the difference between injury, loss of life, property damage, and none of the above. So please, please, please be safe with your guns. And the Remington 870 is a pretty nifty little tool. A lot of history behind it. It is a classic piece of firearm, and I'm a fan myself. Hopefully that helps you when it comes to load and unload, and hopefully the video quality is a little better this time, guys. I'm going to really stop here and not turn this into a 200-minute video. I will leave you with this. And guys, some firearms, some gear, a ton of flashlights is my usual. If those things interest you, then I urge you to subscribe. If nothing else, if you've made it this far, please give me a like. Take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.
Get 'em, Jay.